I don't know that we're here. I don't know. Let me see. Let's see if we're here at the live. I don't know where the live is. Okay, it's right here. Oh, wow. Okay. So I'm not going, I mean, it should not be running too long. We are going to try to watch. I'm so sorry. We're going to try to watch the movie called It Ends With Us. A few people, watched it last night. Not everybody made it through to the end. Other people hadn't had a chance to watch it. It is the movie that the Blake Lively and the Justin Baldoni lawsuit is about. From the people that watched it last night, they said they'd like to watch it again. It was that good. So yeah, we're going to watch it after this. Members, Patreons, you're invited. And we're going to talk about Lori Daybell. We're going to talk about Bryan Kohberger. There's also going to be a Bryan Kohberger hearing that will be live streamed tomorrow. I believe from what I have just checked out, that it starts at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which would be 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And I'm going to try to have that streaming from the beginning. I don't know if they're going to be doing anything like they did today, where they just ate up all that time and didn't have anything going on except a break because it was stuff that could not be done for the public. So that's another thing we'll be doing. And then I'm going to just tell you a little bit about what happened today. And then see about there's a couple of true crime headlines I'd like to go over. And then I'm going to end. So that's where we are right now. And oh boy. Okay. Let me go this here. All right, let's see who's here. Gail, hello, Gail B. How are you? To Scooter, you're first. No, you're not. Scooter Gail was first. Yeah, video reel. I wish video reel. I don't know. I really am very, very, very worried about video reel. Video, where are you? What happened? What's going on? Talk to us. I'm watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me, watching you, watching me. Please, get in touch with me. Hello, Margot. Hello, Kevin Leonard. Hello, Nightbot. Hello, Bucky and Creations. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, let's start with Lori Daybell. Lori Daybell wants her case dismissed. I guess wants to represent herself as well too. So person filing, Lori Vallow Daybell. Motion to order Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, defendant's records, State of Arizona versus Lori Daybell. The defendant, Lori Daybell, respectfully requests that Maricopa County Sheriff's Office be ordered to produce the following items to the Daybell defense team and to the defendant: all warrants, all summons, all requests, all correspondence between MCSO, MCAD, and all other agencies, any and all of the defendant's requests. I'm trying to see what this is. I can't even understand her writing there. And mailroom requests. The defendant has chosen to enforce privileged communications and confidentiality. Psychotherapist, patient, psychologist, patient privilege under Rule 501 of the Federal Rule of evidence. Okay, patient has the privilege to refuse disclosure and to prevent any other person. Hang on a minute, I gotta get the other page. From disclosing confidential communications made for the purpose of diagnosis or treatment of the patient's mental or emotional condition. Therefore, the defendant will deny any person, agency, or others from a... Whoa, what the heck happened? From obtaining Maricopa County Sheriff's Office medical and mental health records. Any unauthorized access or request should be denied. The request is made pursuant to the 5th, 6th, 8th, and 14th Amendments of the United States Constitution, Brady versus Maryland. Okay, and then she goes on and there's all these sites, okay, of the Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedures. The defendant is requesting that this court order the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office to produce the defendant's conduct call logs, correspondence to and from agencies, officials, MCAO, and all others, all warrants, summonses, and the MCSO was requested to provide to others who obtain the above all requests done electronically to the agencies, officials, and others unauthorized and not defended. It is requested the court to provide an order Daybell defendant access to this vital discovery listed of Lori Daybell. One more, hold on a minute. Okay, and then it's signed there. So we've got that, then we've got this. Court of Arizona, Maricopa County. Minute entry, and it says the court has received and reviewed the following: the defendant's motion to order the state of Arizona to produce discovery of extradition filed December 16, 2024. State's response to the motion to order the state of Arizona to produce discovery of extradition filed January 5th. The court has also considered the arguments that the defendant has placed on the record during the hearing of January 10th, 2025. The defendant has failed to establish there is any relevance to the requested documents, nor that the disclosure of extradition documents would be reasonably likely to lead to any discoverable information related to the crimes with which the defendant is charged. It is ordered denying the defendant's motion, denied for the other stuff she did. Okay, so that's what's up with Lori. She's over there and wanting to represent herself and all that stuff. Now, Bryan Kohberger. So, essentially, what happened today, let me get him up here. He looks very frail. He looks very thin. But his Ann Taylor, his defense attorney, she's a very good attorney, and she's arguing the case, his case well. She has gone through that probable cause affidavit, and she has issues with it. And she thinks the issues are sufficient to get that evidence suppressed, gone. She wants it out of there. And if that happens, that's really not at all good for the prosecution, because it's very important evidence, like the DNA from the button on the knife sheath, and also stuff that's in the affidavit about the car and everything else. Now, Mary Warren, thank you. You upgraded your membership to Sergeant Rambler. Thank you, Mary Warren. I appreciate that. Okay, so so she was arguing that, for instance, when they took the roommates' eyewitness testimony, that they left stuff out. They didn't, hi Christine, they didn't put everything in there, okay? And there's a thing where she says at points she doesn't know if something's a dream or if she, imagined it. And so she's making it look like they cherry-picked this interview with the roommate, and that shouldn't be in there. And she's also making it appear that the way they use the genealogy genetic information to get the match for the DNA on the knife sheath was a violation of their constitutional rights. And then the judge says, well, I don't think anybody leaving DNA at a crime scene should expect any type of confidentiality when doing that. So they're going back and forth on this, but she wants a Franks hearing. And what a Franks hearing is if you think that a member of the law, okay, an investigator, a police officer, whatever, who's ever investigating the case, did something, okay? Let me read it to you exactly, okay, because I want to make sure that, hang on. A Franks hearing is a crucial court proceeding where the court is asked to examine if the police officer involved provided false information. So, to secure a search warrant. So, did that police officer say things in that probable cause affidavit that was not true or complete or false, to do that? She's saying he did. She's saying there's grounds for a Franks hearing. And so grounds for a Franks hearing is when an affiant knowingly and intentionally or with reckless disregard for the truth includes a false statement in that probable cause affidavit, right? That warrant affidavit. Then the allegedly false statement was necessary to finding probable cause. So now the prosecution is saying, okay, even if you take this thing out, this would still be probable cause. And so they were going on at one, and the prosecution, they put this young lawyer out there in front, and she didn't seem that prepared, and she seemed a little bit wet behind the ears. And I think at one point the judge, who looked like he was literally trying to hold his eyes open, said something like, well, what are you going to do? Because if you do that, I'm going to have to grant a full Franks hearing. So it's just crazy, but they're going to go at it again tomorrow, so we'll see. Like I said, I will live stream it. I believe it's going to start at 11 a.m. Eastern time, so we'll do that then. And now, let's see where we are with everything. Trying to think here. Hi, Christine. You like this, Judge? Okay. Now let's see about, what was the other thing we were going to check on? Lori Daybell, Blake Lively, and Justin Baldoni, to see if there's anything beyond the gag order. Okay, let's check that out. And then I'm going to go over a few true crime stories. See, no one pays attention to what I say anyway. What, Scooter? I'm paying attention. I'm not including myself because that's just weird. Don't we have the best mods that make us feel welcome when we come in? Yes, we do. We do have them. And you're not, yeah, I'll include you, Scooter. Yes, we do. You're included. Okay, now, let me go to Blake Lively for a minute. Okay, so the leaked footage. What leaked footage, you might say? The leaked footage. There's leaked footage. Da-da-da-da-da. There's leaked footage. Da-da-da-da. There's a leaked footage. Leaked footage. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. On Tuesday, Baldoni's team leaked behind-the-scenes footage cited in Blake Lively's sexual harassment lawsuit to select media outlets, which prompted a harsh rebuke from her attorneys. On Tuesday, Baldoni's attorney Bryan Friedman and his expert public relations team provided the Daily Mail with behind-the-scenes footage that they say disproves several key allegations that were brought against Justin Baldoni by Blake Lively. The footage involves a scene that Lively and Baldoni's characters slow dancing in a bar early on in the movie as their romance grows. But the audience cannot hear what they're saying by deliberate design. Blake Lively filed her action earlier this month in the federal court in the Southern District of New York against Baldoni, Wayfarer CEO Jamie Heath, publicist Jennifer Abel, and crisis PR consultant Melissa Nathan. Baldoni both directed and starred in the film, which is based on Colleen Hoover's best-selling novel. Sony distributed and marketed the film after partnering with Wayfarer. Blake Lively's complaint accuses Baldoni of sexual harassment and him and his associates of orchestrating a smear campaign. He filed his own complaints last week against Blake Lively and husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking at least $400 million in damages for waging their own alleged smear campaign and other actions. Regarding the slow dance sequence, Baldoni let the camera roll and had them perform the scene, but did not act in character as Ryle. Instead, he spoke to Miss Lively out of character as himself. At one point, he leaned forward and slowly dragged his lips from her ear and down her neck as he said, "It smells so good." None of this was remotely done in character or based on any dialogue in the script, and nothing needed to be said because, again, there was no sound. Mr. Baldoni was caressing Ms. Lively with his mouth in a way that had nothing to do with their roles, her legal team alleges in the lawsuit. When Blake Lively later objected to this behavior, Justin Baldoni's response was, "I'm not even attracted to you." The nearly 10-minute video features 3 takes from the dance scene. A title card accompanying the May 2023 footage provided to the media by Friedman's camp states that both actors were behaving within the scope of the scene and with mutual respect and professionalism. It goes on to say the footage clearly refutes Blake Lively's characterization of Baldoni's behavior, and that the scene described was intended to show the two characters falling in love and longing to be closer to one another. However, this is arguably up for interpretation. When Baldoni repeatedly tries to kiss her, Lively does indeed pull back, even if slightly, or turns her head away. She also says multiple times that talking would be a more effective way of imparting the nature of their budding romance. No, it is not clear if the footage was edited. For instance, the footage provided by Friedman does not show Lively objecting to Baldoni's behavior or his response that he wasn't attracted to her, as referenced in her lawsuit. Lively's attorneys wrote in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter that every frame of the released footage corroborates the actress's claims, adding that the videos are manufactured media stunts. The actress producer is represented by blah, 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 and her attorneys there. Continuing, they said, Justin Baldoni and his lawyer may hope that this latest stunt will get ahead of the of the damaging evidence against him, but the video itself is damning. Every frame of the released footage corroborates to the letter what Ms. Lively described in paragraph 48 of her complaint. The video shows Mr. Baldoni repeatedly leaning in towards Ms. Lively, attempting to kiss her, kissing her forehead, rubbing her face and mouth against his neck, flicking her lip with his thumb, caressing her, telling her how good she smells, and talking with her out of character. Every moment of this was improvised by Mr. Baldoni with no discussion or consent in advance and no intimacy coordinator present. They also note that Baldoni was the one in a position of power. Not only was he her co-star, but the film's director, the head of Wayfarer, and hence her boss. The video shows Blake Lively leading away and repeatedly asking for the characters to just talk. Any woman who has been inappropriately touched in the workplace will recognize Blake Lively's discomfort. They will recognize her attempts at levity to try to deflect the unwanted touching. No woman should have to take defensive measures to avoid being touched by their employer without their consent, said her attorneys. This matter is in active litigation in federal court. Releasing the video to the media rather than presenting it as evidence in court is another example of an unethical attempt to manipulate the public. It is also a continuation of their harassment and retaliatory campaign. Friedman is indeed a no-holds-barred litigator. While he has yet to respond directly to Lively's lawsuit on behalf of Baldoni and other defendants, he has sued the New York Times for allegedly conspiring with Lively's public relations team to advance an unverified and self-serving narrative while ignoring evidence that contradicted her claims. He and Baldoni are also including Disney and Marvel Studios, saying that Reynolds used the character Nice Pool in Deadpool and Wolverine to mock him. When reached Tuesday night regarding the assertion that the release of the footage was a media stunt, Friedman said in a statement, prior to filing her lawsuit in court, Ms. Lively went to the New York Times in an effort to publicly destroy Justin Baldoni. When Mr. Baldoni exercises his right to publicly defend himself by putting forth actual facts and evidence for Ms. Lively and team, this instantly becomes morally and ethically wrong. Ms. Lively wants very different standards to apply for her, but fortunately, truth and authenticity apply to everyone and can never be wrong. Looking at the video and the evidence to come, I can understand why Blake Lively would now not want to play this out in public. For their part, Lively's legal team said while they focused on misleading media narratives, we are focused on the legal process. We are continuing our efforts to require Mr. Baldoni and associates to answer in court under oath rather than through manufactured media stunts. Okay, well, if you listen to that legal document that I spent 2 days reading, I think maybe you might agree. I would wonder where you are. Where do you stand? Because at first I thought, okay, Blake Lively really has a good case, and this happened to her. And then I was saying, now this looks like she's really in trouble here. Tonight I want to tell you, supposedly Taylor Swift had a reaction to this, and I want to see what that is, okay? Okay, let's see. They had the gag order. Okay, so Taylor Swift is reportedly perplexed by Justin Baldoni's claims about her in his legal dispute with her close friend Blake Lively. A source claims that the singer's connection to Lively is purely a friendship with no intention of exerting any form of control. Justin Baldoni's $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds includes allegations that Blake Lively enlisted Taylor Swift, who she called her dragon, to pressure the actor on script revisions. A source close to Taylor Swift, according to the Daily Mail, has shared that the pop star is confused after being pulled into Baldoni's legal battle with Lively. Taylor is proud of the film because her music was featured in it, which gave her a sense of involvement, though she wasn't fully aware of the extent of the project's developments. They emphasized that Swift's relationship with Blake is purely a friendship with no interest in influencing or controlling Blake's projects. She also reportedly didn't intend to be present during a meeting between Baldoni and Lively and simply stopped by to visit her friend, but arrived while the meeting was still going on. The source further states that Swift finds Justin's interpretation of the encounter perplexing, and those close to her suspect she's being drawn into the situation as a means to target Blake. This wasn't the first time that Taylor ever met Justin. They added she had no idea. This was the first time Taylor ever met Justin. She had no idea who he was, and Taylor was simply being polite. She was polite to him as she is to everyone she meets. Okay. Baldoni allegedly agreed to review. Okay, we did that one. Okay, all right. So that's that about that. And now I'm going to go and just tell you a couple of little stories. Manager of Three Monsters, thank you for all the time and work you put in for us. Love you. Thank you very much, Manager of Three Monsters. I appreciate that. That's your shout out. Yay, Manager of Three Monsters. Thank you for your support. Yay. Okay, now let's go to a couple of true crime things here. I'm freezing. I'm still freezing. It's 9. It got up to like 21 degrees and now it's 9 degrees again. I should have known it. It's ridiculous. Okay. You know what? Nobody wants to get cold fries at the drive-thru. Nobody does. But this is not the way to handle it, okay? A Kentucky man wanted for shooting a Wendy's employee because his fries weren't hot enough turned himself in last week to face 2 counts of assault. Manya Day James Wooten was wanted for the January 6th incident in which the Wendy's employee fired back. James Wooten surrendered on January 17th and is due in court on Tuesday. Police say the shooting took place just after 10:30 p.m. and that it started with a verbal altercation between James Wooten and 2 women he was with and the drive-thru employee. James Wooten and the 2 women came into the restaurant to continue the argument. James Wooten's group and the employee went outside, and James Wooten fired a shot at the employee. The employee fired back, prompting James Wooten to fire several more shots, hitting the employee. Police arrived to find the suspects gone, the employee wounded. She was taken, it was a woman, she was taken to the University of Louisville Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The shooting was caught on surveillance video. One of the women who was with James Wooten told police she had been shot in the exchange of gunfire as well. Wow. Cold fries. Okay. How are they doing in jail? Are they bringing you hot fries there, sir? Oh my goodness. Okay. Let's go over here. And manager of 3 monsters. A member for 60 months. You're welcome. Happy 5-year membership. Yay! 5 years. 5 years. 5 years. I remember that. I was at the other house, and memberships were going up when Daybell's was coming over here. You know that, right? We just got memberships that year. Just that time. 5 years. Yay. I remember it from over there. I don't know why. I think people were joining over there, but I think they were ultimately joining over here, but I don't know why I think it would happen over there. I don't know. But whatever it was, I remember someone saying, I loved all that green for Carolyn, all that, because there were so many people joining the membership when we put out memberships. That was really nice. Well, thank you for being a member for 60 months, 5 years. Yay! There's your 3 monsters. Okay. Now, here's a little ditty about Diddy. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs files a multi-million-dollar lawsuit against a grand jury witness. Sean Diddy has filed a $50 million lawsuit against News Nation's parent company, Nexstar, and a witness who was subpoenaed to a federal grand jury considering additional charges against him. Combs has been charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution in federal court and denied bail multiple times. The lawsuit that he filed on Wednesday in the New York federal court claims that Courtney Burgess media interviews in which he claims to have videos showing Combs rapping celebrities. I'm thinking of him rapping as a rapper. It's the other thing, okay? You know, that's why Eminem says he's missing a P, did he? You get it? I don't know if I even thought about that. I just thought he put it, did it, but he's missing a P, did he? Get it? He's missing a P, did he? He's not rapping, he's missing a P. Okay, so Combs, missing a P, celebrities, including some who appear underage, may prevent a fair trial on the federal charges. The lawsuit names Nexstar, the parent company of News Nation, for interviewing Burgess about the allegations multiple times. Combs is taking a stand against the malicious falsehoods that have been fabricated and amplified by individuals seeking to profit at his expense, the rapper's lawyer said. These defendants have willfully fabricated and disseminated outrageous lies with reckless disregard for the truth. The falsehoods have poisoned public perception and contaminated the jury pool. The complaint should serve as a warning that such intentional falsehoods which undermine Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial will no longer be tolerated. Combs himself has been charged in dozens of lawsuits with rapping with one less P and drugging women and men for sex. The lawsuits begin with a suit from former girlfriend Cassie Ventura that was settled amicably the day after it was filed, but the lawsuit opened a floodgate and included a federal investigation and resulted in the charges filed last summer. Combs has denied all the charges in the lawsuits in the federal court except for those related to him beating Ventura in the hotel hallway in 2016. That was caught on video, and he admitted in a tearful Instagram video once that incriminating video was leaked. Combs's lawyer also takes issue with Burgess's attorney, Ariel Mitchell, who represents several of the rapper's accusers as well. Burgess and Mitchell's reportedly false and defamatory claims that Burgess possessed videos depicting Mr. Combs essaying celebrities, including minors, led federal prosecutors to subpoena him to a grand jury sitting in New York, the lawsuit said. On the day he appeared before the grand jury, Burgess and Mitchell gave an interview at the courthouse steps during which they acknowledged the U.S. Marshals had visited his residences to ensure compliance with the subpoena. Did they find the Texas boy in the Amber Alert? Anybody know? Anybody know? Okay, so Clarence Pickney, 68 years old, called authorities to tell them that he killed his wife. This happened in Lincoln County, North Carolina, and he was arrested Monday after called authorities to report that he killed his wife. I feel like I covered this before. God, it looks so familiar. Clarence Dobbs Pickney, 68, has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with the domestic violence death. According to the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, police say his wife was beaten to death. Deputies responded to a home on Lee Lawing Road about 10:30 a.m. after they received a call from Pickney. He was taken into custody without incident. Pickney's being held without bond in Lincoln County. The victim's identity has not been released. The victim's, one viewer of the post said, the victim was the most loving, genuine, and kind person you would ever meet. Okay. Oh my goodness. And Mob Wives star Natalie DiDonato. She was reported missing after 2 missed flights. She's been found safe, so you don't have to worry about her anymore. She's found safe. Okay, let's see here. And I think I'm going to just check on another thing, and then we're going to get... Okay. So an Indiana man has been arrested after he allegedly confessed to shooting his pregnant wife because he believed the child she was carrying was not his. Jeremy McBride, 36, is accused of shooting his estranged wife, identified as Kayla Netherland. On Thursday, January 23rd, McBride was charged with the attempted murder of Netherland and feticide for her unborn child, citing a probable cause affidavit. It reported that on Sunday, January 19th, officers with the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department responded to the 700 block of Pleasant Run Parkway Drive North, and that was shortly after 6 p.m. One of the neighbors had gone to the home to do laundry and discovered McBride in the bathroom of the residence, standing next to an adult female who was lying on the ground, bleeding. No one else was in the residence. Responding officers found the victim with gunshot wounds to her back, and after being rushed to the hospital, doctors were able to determine that Netherland was 20 weeks pregnant. McBride was not at the residence when officers arrived. McBride allegedly called 911 to confess to the shooting and was arrested within 30 minutes. McBride allegedly told police he purchased a gun before the shooting and spent days planning the crime. The 36-year-old allegedly panicked. He did not. The 36-year-old practiced firing the weapon at a shooting range and intended to take his own life as well. During the course of the interview, McBride informed detectives multiple times that he had gone to the residence with the intention to kill McBride, to kill the fetus that she was carrying, and then kill himself. Certainly what is alleged is this person went to great lengths to carry out what he intended to do, said the Marion County prosecutor Ryan Mears. Prosecutors claim to have found notes from McBride in which he wrote of his frustrations with his estranged wife's infidelity and his frustrations with their failed relationship. McBride reportedly admitted to being angry because he and his wife hadn't gotten divorced, yet she had gotten pregnant with another man's child. The person in this case made admissions about what his exact intentions were going to be, and he was aware about her pregnancy, and that was the motivating factor to take the steps he had decided to take. You don't usually have an individual who is that honest with law enforcement about how this all occurred. She was 5 months pregnant with her miracle baby after several failed pregnancies in the past, and she had lost her baby due to this outrageous crime against her. She is alive and not paralyzed, thank God. Following her surgeries, her left ovary, left fallopian tube, and more have been removed. McBride is due in court for his initial hearing on Friday, January 24th. That is horrible. Oh my gosh. She's alive. This is a miracle baby, and now she's lost a fallopian tube and an ovary. That's just terrible. And her baby. Wow. Okay, another Indiana crime. Wow, Scooter, you better get out of there. It's getting to be like Florida. An Indiana man is accused of killing his wife with a hammer. Terry Ogle, 79, is facing 1 count of murder in the death of his wife, Mary, 76. Officers were called to the couple's Indianapolis home. I feel like we just had another case of this with the hammer. Around 1 p.m. on Friday, January 17th, after Ogle called 911 to report he bludgeoned his wife to death. When a 911 operator asked Ogle, a former middle school principal, the nature of the call, he allegedly responded, "The nature of the emergency is that there's been some violence. She's deceased," he told the dispatcher. "Yeah, she's been down for a while," he said. The dispatcher then asked if he needed instructions on how to do CPR. "It's too late," he allegedly said. When asked by the dispatcher what he and his wife, a former teacher, were arguing about, he allegedly responded, "It's a long story. I've been under depression for a while, so we weren't arguing. I just lost it. I think she's having an affair, so I lost it." When officers arrived, they found Mary lying on her back in a rear bedroom, suffering from what appeared to be blunt force trauma to the head. The lower half of her body was covered with a blanket. There was suspected blood on the pillow next to her head, states the affidavit. A reclining chair in the living room had a large amount of blood on the armrest as well as the wall behind the recliner. There was suspected blood in multiple areas of the home, including the hall, on the stairs to the basement, and the kitchen sink. Officers transported Ogle to the hospital for self-inflicted laceration to his wrists and high blood pressure. Inside the home, officers found 2 hammers, clothing, a towel, 4 knives, and cuttings from the carpet and recliner. Hold on a minute. Neighbor Robert Smith said that the couple would walk the entire neighborhood holding hands, talking to each other. "They would stop and talk to me once in a while. They were nice people. I just didn't think anything like this would happen around here." Okay, let's see. I don't know. There's just, oh man, too much. All right, I think I'm just going to come back for a minute. Over here. You'd like to buy what for your dad? Oh, I don't know. You have to go find. You can listen to where it is. Hi, Captain Lee Fan. How are you? Okay. Let's do the word cookies because I think we're just going to go and do the movie. It's been a long day, and tomorrow that's going to be with that hearing, and I'm really worn out. I've got a lot on my mind, a lot of stress going on, a lot of things. It's just, I gotta write something down in my planner. I've got appointments. Hold on a minute before I make a mistake and I don't get to something. I'll always spin this thingy. Give it all to God, yeah. Let's see here. Where's my January tab here? Hang on a minute. I don't know what's going on. I have my planner, ouch, all wrong. Okay, so let me just, hold on guys. I just got to write something in my planner here before I forget. Was this? What's today's date, guys? It's the 23rd. No, today's Thursday. Today's Friday. Today's Friday? Wow, that was fast. Okay, hang on a minute. All right, let me see here. Today is Friday. Okay, hold on a minute. I'm going to try to do some get some shipping and billing out too while that hearing is on. Let me write that down. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. I had to put something in my planner because I'm going to forget. It's been like 2 weeks I've said I'm going to put that down. All right, here we go. Very sorry. Hi, Pokeroo. Pokeroo, how are you? How are you? It's always nice to see you here. Thank you for coming by, and we're grateful you're here. Why don't you get a membership to the channel, Pokeroo? You can come to our movie tonight. We're going to watch It Ends With Us. Wouldn't that be fun? Yes, it would. Okay, let's see what we've got. I see glue right away. I see glued. I see do. I never know if dude is one, but they never usually let that go through. Wrong. Okay, let me see here. Do you love me, Pokeroo? Like I love you? Edge, Mary Warren, yeah, and edged. Very good, Mary Warren. Now let's see. That's not nice, Pokeroo. I'm very upset about that, Pokeroo. You hurt my feelings. That's not nice. That's not nice, Pokeroo. That's being mean. Thank you, Pokeroo. Not nice. Not nice to be not nice, Pokeroo. You never know. Good, Margot, deed. Okay, let's see here. Glee, Margot says, okay, there you go. That's another good bingo. You know I seriously do. I love you all. You, Jimmy, and family. Thank you, Pokeroo. Oh, I got eluded. Oh, you got it too. Oh, we got it at the same time. Okay, one more. Let's see. One more. No. Delude. Oh, delude. I don't have delude? You don't have it. I don't have it. Maybe that's right, Margot. I don't have it. Okay, thank you. Got it. We got it. We did it. Enjoy Gail B. What is she doing? Her daughter has arrived. Have a great visit with your daughter, Gail. Have a great, great visit. All right. We made 1 to 10 of our goal. Congratulations, Manager of 3 Monsters, for being that one. And thank you to Mary Warren for upgrading her membership. And thank you for the new Patreons we got. We have renewals and memberships by Gail B. and Snow Remover and Two Scooter and Bucky. And let me see, I don't want to miss anybody. Bucky, Two Scooter, brand new Patreon, Rosalita Marie, and we have renewals by Gail B. and Snow Remover. And Snow Remover increased their tier level. Thank you very much. All right, very good. Thank you. And now I will be putting the Zoom link for the movie and the Patreon in the members and in Slack. So if you'd like to join the membership and you'd like to come on. Where is our Kate O? I'm very worried about Kate O. Kate O used to always be here. Then they had those fires. She was here, and then I don't know what's happened to Kate O. Hope she's okay. Kate O. Kate O. Where are you, Kate O? Um, Okay. So where's the end of this thing? Okay, thank you guys. God bless. Prayers. We'll see you. I will put the numbers in there and open it up. Thank you, Pokeroo. And we'll see you. Thank you. God bless. Prayers. We'll see you tomorrow.